Welcome to Class Summit. This is what we're going to be making, starting with the skirts. Okay, so from our previous class, we saw how to draft the skirts. I just extended it downward and then used it to cut my skirt, adding 1.5 inch seam allowance. The extra half inch will be for the closing of the front slit, while the 1 inch remaining will be for seam allowance. Okay, so here I have both the fabric and the lining. The line fabric is longer than the lining by 2 inches, so that when I fold it, it will be the same length that I want. Now we are working on the front part of the skirt. This is the front part. And to get the slits, I'm going to use the measurement of the bust span. My bust span is 8 divided by 2, and that will be 4. Or you use exactly what you have on your basic bodice, okay? So that you get the accurate measurements, and when you join it, the two of them matches up together, right? So once I mark there, I'm going to make a notch to help me identify where I will be cutting. Then I'll put it open this way and fold it down to the part that I notched on one side, that is on the side that is going to have the slit. Okay, so I'll fold it over and then use that to cut it open from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, whichever way. Okay, so just to form a crease line to identify where to cut. So I think this is very easy to do, following the direction. If you're a beginner, you can actually do this. Okay, so I'll cut everything entirely. I'll cut everything open entirely, as you can see. So whatever it is I do on the fashion fabric, that is exactly what I'm going to also do on the lining of the skirt. So I'll do the same thing. Of course, you've seen cutting it open. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark where my slit is going to stop. I'll mark where my slit is going to stop, and I make sure that whatever I mark on the fashion fabric is what I will have on the lining. So putting it right side to right side, I'm going to sew down to the part that I marked, right? Now for the lining, I'm going to turn it the other way around, so that wrong side faces wrong side and the two right side are on the outside. So after joining, I ironed. I've not joined the two together. You can see I only ironed it open, and this is exactly what you should do. Now joining it, remember we stopped exactly where we want our slit to stop, both for the fashion fabric and the lining. The stopping is going to be on the same spot. No one is going to be longer than the other. So you can use a measuring tape as you're sewing to make sure that you stop exactly at the same point. Now we're going to pick our seam allowance. Remember, this is just 1/2 inch. We're going to pick our seam allowance from the point where the joining stopped, okay, and then join it downward. You can use your pin to hold them together. Now this is not the type of joining that will drag the fashion fabric inward a bit. I hope you understand what I mean. So the lining is going to just be on exactly where the fashion fabric is. Like, if you walk, somebody might see it from the outside, but then it's okay, just the normal way you join lining to lining. Now I'm not going to join everything to the end. I'm going to keep an allowance so that we can use it to join the lower part. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just follow the instruction. This is beginner friendly. Okay, so I've joined the two together. You can see the way it is. Now, like I said before, I did not join everything to the end because the fabric is longer than the lining. So how is it possible that the joining will get to the end? Now, this is what we're going to do. Pick the lining from the edge, pick the fashion fabric from the edge and then turn the two of them together, right side to right side, and join the edge. Okay, like join the lower part. You to do this anytime you have your fashion fabric longer than the lining so that the two of them can match up. So I'm going to join it this way, and this is it. So after joining, this is what we have. We can then go ahead and close everything up entirely. Of course, one will still be longer than the other, so we're going to arrange it properly and then join in such a way. What it does is that the fashion fabric will be inside a bit, as you can see, right? So we're going to complete the joining, starting from wherever it is that, okay, you can see the way it is, right? So pick it up this way and complete our joining. Now please, at this point, I need you to subscribe if you're a new person, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching again. So this is what we have. Now you have to use your hand or whatever it is to make it come out properly at that pointy edge. Now the next thing we're to do is to iron, right? Remember I said that this type of joining is not going to drag your fashion fabric inward a bit like we have on the lower part. So you have to carefully use your hemming gum, arrange your sewing properly so that it stays in place. So I'll open the inside, one side of it like this, hemming gum, place my hemming gum down to the end and then cover it. Now at this edge, I'm going to arrange it properly so that the lining will not be showing on the outside, except I will open our leg as in walking, and then someone can see it, but from the outside, it's not supposed to be seen. Okay, so arrange it properly before placing your iron. Remember there's hemming gum, so once you place your iron, it's just going to stay in place. All right, maybe in another video I'm going to show us how to do the parts that will have our fashion fabric showing inside a bit before the lining continues. But for this is what we are going to have. Okay, so once this is done, we're completely done with the front slits. All we have to do is to iron. Now for the other side of the skirt, we're going to be joining right side to right side, all the two sides, okay, back and front together. We're joining fabric to fabric and lining to lining, okay, fabric to fabric and lining to lining. Now whatever it is we did at the lower parts in the front, that is also what we're going to do at the back. And once this is done, our skirt will be ready to take a zipper. Of course, the back side of this skirt does not have a slit. The slit is in front, so we're going to just join our zipper and close everything up entirely. Okay, I hope this has been useful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the other parts of the garments that we just made. Okay, so please subscribe and see you in the next video. Bye.